So I was actually planning to spend some time today and work on a video where I actually confront a hipster racist and really go into their argument and basically just make fun of it, just how ridiculous it is. However, I can't get to that fun video. It really is a really out there fun video to cover, and I'm not going to get to it today because there is this story that I feel that I should cover from what has been, in my mind, the inevitable outcome of the Charleston shooting. I told my friends about a week ago, and I also, I talked to my parents about this as well, because I wanted to, sort of bounce some ideas off of friends and family as to where I thought this was going to go. And I said a week ago, when this happened, that this was going to devolve into a moral panic. This was going to devolve into a moral panic where people start demanding shit to be banned. And if you're at all aware of what's happening, at least in the last few days, this has absolutely become a moral panic, and people are calling for shit to be banned, calling for things to be taken off the shelf, and not just the Confederate flag, right? This is not simply me defending the Confederate flag, because I could really give a shit, or I guess I should say I couldn't give a shit less about the Confederate flag. I'm not a Southerner. My issue in this, as you would imagine, has to do with gaming. When these people lose their minds and a moral panic devolves from the fact that they wouldn't lower the flag to half-staff, and then it became taking down the flag, and then because they wouldn't take down the flag, then it became about burning the fucking flag, which is eerie enough. I would never do that. I'm not really in the position where I would want to burn something because I find it very eerie, very brutish in a way where you can't even make an argument, you just have to burn an object. I think that's just shows your lack of being able to articulate an opinion. And also, I just think that it's also bourgeois as fuck. I mean, especially the people that burn games. This game sucked, I'm gonna burn it. It's like, okay, now you look like a total middle-class cunt. Like, congratulations. Oh, I'm gonna burn this $60 game, and it's not gonna mean anything. I'm just gonna go buy another one. It's like, congratulations, you're a fucking bourgeois cunt. But getting off of that, you can burn a flag. It's precedence, and I don't have a problem with that, really, because so long as it's your fucking flag. But the implications of burning the Confederate flag, in this instance, is really, if we could get our hands on that fucking flag, we burn it. And so, I just gotta say again, it's just a little bit eerie. I originally sympathized with lowering the flag to half-staff because I thought that was the honorable thing to do after this level of a tragedy, which it unequivocally was. But it's devolved from that point to such a degree in which, I mean, I wish I would have done a video on this. I just didn't do a video on this last week, and now I feel like an asshole because I would have called it. I would have absolutely called to where we are now, to where we're not just taking the Confederate flag off of fucking shelves. We're not just banning the ability to buy the Confederate flag, which I'm going to tell you, it ain't going to stop a single motherfucking Southerner from saying the word nigger in an insulting, demeaning way to where they see blacks as subhuman. That ain't going to stop a single motherfucking racist from being racist by banning the Confederate flag. It's only going to incite them to be that much more brazenly ridiculous. It's going to incite more neo-Confederate sympathizer douchebags to speak more openly about the fact that liberals are now conservatives and Puritans that want to ban everything, which is now the apparent case is now that liberals just want to ban everything. However, you know my channel. I think I've already said it in this rambling fucking commentary. They've already hit gaming, because why fucking not? It always leads to us. It always leads to the things that we give a shit about being banned, being taken off the shelves, being censored, being moderated for no fucking earthly reason. A game that simply includes a Confederate flag, not for any real reason of support or any like neo-Confederate kind of shit, which again would beg the question why that's a problem because it's their artistic expression, but simply is trying to be minimally historically accurate. The South did exist, the Confederacy did exist. Because that flag appears in this game, we now gotta ban it, gotta take it off the shelves, we gotta censor it totally. For no fucking reason. They haven't taken a side on this fucking issue, which, assuming there's two sides. Oh, look at this brave tweet by the ACLU. We stand with you, fucking South Carolina. Oh, man, how brave. What an empty fucking statement to make. We stand with you. As opposed to what? This is such a clusterfuck of goddamn epic proportions. But as of right now, I'm in the position where I've just As of today, a few minutes ago, before recording this, I left the ACLU. I called into their headquarters in New York City, and I canceled my membership. And they didn't ask why. I wish they would have, because I would have fucking told them why. But I'm done. I'm now in this position where I have to say there is a difference between social justice and defending the civil liberties of American citizens. And it seems to me that the people that claim to be civil libertarians are not so neutral anymore. They're not so neutral in the way of defending every American's civil liberties. They seem to be fighting for special rights for some and very few and moderated rights for others. And that's where I get off. That's where I'm done. Because I'm not that partisan. I'm not that partisan. I'm partisan in the way of civil liberties. And I am still a registered Democrat. I'm still a member of the Democratic Party. I'm still donating money to at least some degree to the DNC and to politicians that I basically support. But I'm not going to pay money towards an organization that claims to stand for civil liberties, but just kind of sometimes. Just sometimes stands for civil liberties. Dumps money into things that have nothing to do with American civil liberties. Just dumps money into things that have nothing to do with their fucking mission statement, but stand for social justice. No, I'm done. I'm done paying money towards that. And this is just one more instance where I have to say again, some asshole wants to put a stupid battle flag in the back of their compensating truck because there's some conservative southern douchebag. They have the right to do that. They have the fucking right to do that. I don't care if they're a Nazi. I don't care if they're a neo-Confederate. I don't give a shit what their politics are. They have the right to express themselves, even if they're walking around with a fucking Klan hood on. I don't give a shit. It's their fucking right. The Supreme Court precedent exists. You fought for that ACLU, but you don't seem too keen on representing that viewpoint anymore. You don't seem too keen on representing free expression or artistic expression anymore. I expected some fucking explanation as to why we're not making any statements on the fact that things are being pulled from shelves for no fucking reason. Why things are being censored for no fucking earthly reason. Why there is an entire thread that is not at all complete on Kotaku in Action talking about this fucking issue. Not at all a full list of the shit that has occurred in the last few days of censorship as a result of this devolution of a fucking moral panic on the basis of the shooting in South Carolina, which has nothing to do with banning art. I saw it a few other places, and it absolutely is the fucking thing to say. They don't like this degenerate art. That's what they see this as. It is degenerate art to include the Confederate flag. And so, yeah, are we going to burn the American flag because of what Andrew Jackson did? Are we going to burn the Japanese flag because of what they did with human experimentation at one point in time? Are we going to ban the British flag because they once had colonies? Are we going to ban every flag that has ever been in a nation that has done something bad, that has ever committed a genocide? So you're telling me, no, we can't just have an opinion on these people that are carrying the Confederate flag, which in my mind is not a flag of traitors, it's a flag of fucking losers, because they got their asses kicked by the greater fucking army, with the greater fucking leader, with the greater fucking generals. It's just a matter of you waving a flag that signifies your fucking loss. It's nothing to me. It is nothing as a New Yorker to me. Maybe I can say that because I am a white man that I don't know what that flag represents. But I'm just going to tell you, I don't like people censoring history, of which the Greeks did awful shit, in which they had slaves, in which they ran an empire, in which they did evil shit at the same time that Socrates was walking around, committing to and founding fucking philosophy as we fucking know it, that led to the understanding of so many schools of thought. They were doing evil shit at the same time. There's no fucking defense of banning shit, censoring shit in the name of fucking anything. In the name of fucking anyone's fucking fifis, their feelings. Banning shit is wrong. It is wrong. It is fucking unprincipled. It is an indefensible fucking position. I don't want to hear anyone tell me this is the market reacting to the cries of their consumers. That's not my fucking argument. I'm not saying that this is fucking censorship and I don't understand that government intervention, blah, 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 blah. This is an unprincipled cry by non-liberals that see themselves as liberals. They are unprincipled in the way of classical liberalism. And I'm sitting here as a liberal stating they are acting unprincipled. They are not staying in line with what they claim to be. And I'm sick of it. This is not a single instance. This is not one moral panic that has led to the loss of fucking games. This is liberals being non-liberal and having no fucking earthly idea that they're doing it. And I don't know how someone such as myself can actually engage in a meaningful debate with these non-liberals to explain to them why, despite this being the free market, this is still fucking unprincipled. How do I explain this to these fucking people? These enraged, fee-fee fucking feeling emo dipshits on Twitter and elsewhere that are signing these fucking petitions, that are calling for these things to be taken down, that are actively winning and getting shit taken off of stores. Not just fucking Confederate flags, but anything that has a Confederate flag in it. They're winning, unequivocally winning. How do I explain this to them? That this is a totally illiberal fucking position to have. That this is very much Nazi-esque in the way of seeing degenerate art and wanting it fucking taken off the walls. How do I explain it? I don't really know what else to say here other than this needs to be talked about, and it's fucking frustrating. And again, I'm just going to say that, like my last video, where I can't get to the video I want to do, where I make fun of a fucking hipster racist, I can't get to it, I have to make this fucking video instead and say, once again, I'm embarrassed to be on the left. I'm embarrassed to say that these people are part of my fucking tribe, and they're fucking retards. They don't understand remotely what it is to be liberal. They don't fucking get it. And whatever. Rah rah, let's burn the fucking Confederate flag. Fucking authoritarian cunts, man. That's all I gotta say. Just fuck these people. If you're liberal, decry it. That's what I'm doing right now. Fuck these people, stop banning shit.